In December 2007, Liverpool visited the Madejski Stadium, having not lost a Premier League match all season. They were making giant strides towards what they hoped would be a first top-flight title in 17 years. Reading, meanwhile, were having a tough second season among the elite. Only 14 points from their first 15 games, compared to 25 at the same stage the previous year. Steve Coppell saw no reason to change the starting 11 that had drawn with Middlesbrough. He was still without John Oster, Michael Dewberry and Glenn Little through injury. Dave Kitson was the club's top scorer with 5 goals. There was a full league debut for teenager Jack Hobbs, who came in for Sami Hyypiä. That one of 4 changes from the Liverpool side that had emphatically beaten Bolton last time out. Rafa Benitez had already guided Liverpool to Champions League glory, but the Premier League title was what really mattered. Commentary from Gary O'Reilly and Steve Banyard.
Exactly 12 years ago, Liverpool were beginning a 15-match unbeaten run in the top flight, something they've not done in a single season since. Today they can match it, although they've never done it from the start of the Barclays Premier League campaign before. Up against them, a man born and bred in Liverpool in the shape of Steve Coppell, whose Reading side are on their worst run of the season. Their captain, Murty, back to Marcus Hanneman, one of 2 Americans in the starting 11 for Reading today. And up front, Doyle and Kitson.
And that's more of what I'm sure Benitez was after. The crouch flick, Torres in, and you can see the panic that ensues with Sonko, with Torres breathing down his neck.
Just the 4th league start this season for Peter Crouch. Everybody is saying he's not scored a league goal. Well, that will go some way to explaining it. Rees are winding it up. 2 in there, and it needs the save from Hanneman, because Torres had found himself a little bit of room inside the Reading penalty area here.
It's not a surprise that Risa can launch it that far. Who is defending against Torres? And I'm sure Torres will be disappointed with himself that he's not made Hanneman work harder than that, because it is directly at him.
And a choice of centre-backs for Liverpool. Fascinating selection from Rafa Benitez. It's a great ball in, and Jack Hobbs, one of the centre-backs for Liverpool today, attending to his business here.
He's got to read it, Hobbs, because he just gets caught a little bit off the wrong side, but he's got to make the effort to make his physical presence felt, and he does it well. He'll feel good inside the first 13 minutes. Get a little challenge like that and you feel good about your game.
Did play 20 minutes in the game against Bolton last weekend. More defending here for Liverpool. Not totally convincing. And a chance to put it back into the mix here from Shorey. Convey helping it on. And this time Rayner down to save from Gunnarsson.
And that's the one way through for Reading. Set plays. If Liverpool do not defend them properly and with conviction, they will have problems.
Gerrard looking for Torres. Sonko sure and firm-footed. Now Convey. It's got Kitson right, Doyle through the middle. This is Dave Kitson. Just able to get there.
Good calm defending.
Normally, we've spoken about the Liverpool centre-backs. Jamie Carragher normally plays to the right of Sami Hyypiä or Daniel Agger. He's to the left of Hobbs today, just a subtle little change.
If the young man is more comfortable there, let the young man play in a more comfortable position, let the experienced player take on a more unfamiliar role. Smart, intelligent move, and I think if you look at the other end, Steve Cobb will be very happy that he's got his first choice, Sonko and Gunnarsson, back in the middle of that defence.
There's a Rayner.
You're not just making that up, are you?
I don't know, put the digestives away.
You know so well.
Here's Shorey. Convey, lovely first time ball. Oh, that's right on the corner of the box. And the referee has given the penalty. Possible breakthrough here for Reading. This was a very, very close call.
It was always an accident waiting to happen in that Liverpool defence when the ball sets itself up like that. And what does the referee say? The contact's there, it's outside the box. Carragher's every right to argue the case. The initial contact is there. I think momentum makes it look as if it is going to be inside the box.
The rule, of course, is that if the contact is initially outside the box but continues into the box, it is indeed a penalty.
However, we have seen over the past few weeks countless. It's a wonderful little dink ball inside, but your momentum's going to carry you in.
So,
Carragher
on Gunnarsson. I remember talking to Howard Webb about this very issue when we were doing Liverpool-Arsenal a few weeks back. But that's how the referees interpret it these days. It's Hunt with the penalty kick for Reading. 16 minutes gone, and it's 1-0.
You take them where you can find them. It's quite simple. Not really a dominant force in the game so far, Reading. Very good, cool penalty. Rayner on the way out of the ground. But you force Liverpool into some rash defending.
Risa off Hunt. Stephen Hunt's third goal in the Barclays Premier League this season. Risa towards Crouch.
Just thought then when that ball comes in, Torres gets ahead of it a little bit too soon.
Convey's lost it. Referee having a think about that, waiting for a call from his assistant.
I'm with the fans on this one. I think that's a Reading throw.
That's a weak one this time. Mascherano's presented it to Hunt, the goal scorer. Murty's making great ground up outside him now. In towards Doyle. Now Kitson. Kitson manoeuvring some space for Convey! Oh, he really caught the sweet spot. He was just a fraction wide.
Good play from Reading. Look how they open the game up. Wide right. Possession's retained. Kitson does brilliantly, and I thought this was in the top corner. He does connect with it brilliantly, and this will tell you just how close it is. It's rising, and Rayner's happy with that.
Pomseda to Sissoko. Cries of handball from the Reading fans. Now Risa. Liverpool yet to get their attacking game together.
You think how much influence Crouch and Torres have had in the game so far. We went to the 27th minute, 28th minute. Hardly been a feature.
Towards Torres. Took it beautifully. Oh, that's great play from Liverpool. It's Gerrard, and it's 1-1. If ever Liverpool needs someone to rescue them, they look to their captain. 9 goals in the last 10 matches in all competitions for Steven Gerrard.
Serious number of goals from that man, but a direct ball. Reading should be so angry with themselves. Torres does brilliantly. His effect on the game, immediate, having me just said about the lack of effect he's had because he's hardly seen the ball. Look at this. Knows his first touch has got to take him in behind the defender, and it's just consummate ease.
Presumably the need to have Hyypiä a little bit fresher for Tuesday night is a greater need than the concern over the possible yellow card that Jamie Carragher could pick up today in the ensuing suspension. Gerrard. Oh, Torres has found a great position here. Crouch up with him. Torres.
Lovely little toe from Sonko there. Does enough to deny Torres. But it just shows you Inga Marsson's header there was really what puts the whole thing into play.
Rafa Benitez was talking about Torres and the fact that he'd had a month on the sidelines. He would be fresh and able to play successive matches.
Looking at that replay, Sonko had more of the ankle of Torres than the ball. Sometimes your luck is in. He cuts inside here, look. Every bit of the striker, he's in the box. The referee's got an unblocked view of things. Not a penalty.
Well, looking at that, it should be a penalty.
Absolutely.
And once or twice, Sonko's made what in other circumstances might have been punishable errors. Arbeloa. Can he drive Liverpool forward here? Voronin making an angle, but unable to pull it back across the goal.
Opens himself up well, Voronin gets outside, now the angle's tight. Always difficult to get that strike on target.
Here's Sissoko. Gerrard, head down, accelerating at Reading's defenders there.
I think he's claiming a little elbow from Harper, I think.
Here's Voronin, manipulating an angle! A more testing angle this time.
Good quick feet. You can see he opens himself up, gets in and around that defence. Good strike. Takes a little nick, I think, on the way through. But Hanneman's angles are there. Got that near post covered.
There's Torres. Sissoko's after this. And once again, Rafa Benitez feeling all the decisions going against Liverpool here.
There was certainly contact on Sissoko, and for my money, it's in the box.
Well, at half-time, it's been a first half which has seen Liverpool rather aggrieved at the decisions against them. Their clean sheet streak ended after 6 hours 27 minutes. A penalty from Stephen Hunt, cancelled out by Steven Gerrard. That was the incident that led to the penalty. Jamie Carragher on Gunnarsson. It started just outside the box. It may well have continued inside. Hunt dispatching the penalty for his third goal of the season. Then Torres linking with Gerrard, and Gerrard tucking away the equaliser in the 28th minute. And I think the officials will no doubt have a few questions to answer from Liverpool at least. At half-time, it's Reading 1, Liverpool 1. Well, Reading have become extremely dependent on their home results. 13 out of 14 points before today's match acquired here.
Just shows you the task that confronts Liverpool in the next 45 minutes.
Liverpool certainly aggrieved after seemingly decision after decision went against them in that first half. The controversy over the Reading penalty, the challenge initially outside the box, and the challenge by Sonko on Torres, which when you see it in hindsight, it is a clear penalty, but again it wasn't given. Steve Coppell has been a thorn in Liverpool's side before. I mentioned the Cup final 1977 when Manchester United, including Steve Coppell, beat them. Liverpool had already won the league title that year. That's a great ball in, and Torres stooping.
And again, you see, with that ball comes in, it's got some pace on it. Torres only has to make the connection, and the danger really kicks in. Gets him behind. Bad marking. First time, good little brave header, because occasionally you get a boot right in the chops.
Yes, it was Sonko who nearly caught Torres there, and it was Sonko who played a crouch onside in the build-up. Arbeloa, Voronin will be beaten to that one. Gunnarsson back to Hanneman. The defender's not doing the goalkeepers too many favours with some of these back passes today.
Yeah, they're putting him under pressure.
A foul by Gunnarsson.
Sissoko just feels the contact and plays for it. Linesman duly obliges by buying it. Need a better delivery. This one from Risa, by the looks of it, be an in-swinger. It's how they get across the flight of the ball that'll be important for Liverpool now.
Well, plenty of height for Reading to contend with here. Again, the left boot of Risa will curl it in towards the goalkeeper.
See only one man on the ball, they'll try and play offside.
Look how high Reading go. It's a dangerous tactic, it's a potentially awful tactic. Hobbs coming around the back post.
That was his chance, that was the moment of glory. They get it wrong here, Reading.
I think it was Gunnarsson slow to step up.
He was, and I think Hobbs, if he gets the chance to play a few more games, will know just to slide that into Torres' path.
Only previous start made by Jack Hobbs was in the League Cup. That was against Cardiff. Here's Torres on a burst of pace, away from Sonko. Bit of pushing, bit of shoving, and surely more appeals for a penalty.
I think the first push alone is there to be questioned.
Whistles from the Liverpool supporters. Gunnarsson for Reading. Hunt is right. Conway through the middle. Kitson's up as well. Doyle is there now. Hunt. And he can't get around Risa.
Good defending from Risa. Just marshals that ball away from Hunt.
Well, I tell you, Sonko is leading a charmed life.
Well, this will give you a better idea of exactly what happened. Cuts in front of the defender. There seems to be a push. After that, it's that right hand, I think, that pushes Torres off balance.
How much does he get of the ball? Not much for me. For me, that's another penalty.
Yes.
But it's not given.
No.
And Torres is off the pitch injured.
And that's the one thing Benitez, having risked Torres in this game, did not need to happen.
How many penalties should Liverpool have had? 1, 2 or 3?
Is this multiple choice? You
Come on,
know the
how
answer.
many? How many?
All of them. 3. Give them all.
There you go.
I mean, they should really have at least 2. For sure.
Well, that's 3 then.
There you go.
Voronin. Crouch. Voronin. Needs support, gets it from Gerrard. Foul by Hunt.
Okay, the good news is Torres is up and walking.
I mentioned earlier about Liverpool feeling rather cheesed off at some of the physical play from Reading. That's a crunching challenge on Andre Voronin.
Hey, it's a contact sport.
That's
going to happen.
The free kick's been given for.
The thing is, Steven Gerrard will put his own version of that into midfield as and when it's required. So you can't complain if it comes in the other direction.
Well, Torres is back on for Liverpool here. They're at full strength again. The Reading wall is the required distance. Risa's a not dissimilar distance away from it. Looking to catch them off guard. Risa! And that was well beaten clear by Hannemann. That was ferocious.
Comes in at a good height in the end for Hannemann. Don't deny it's a good save. I think, oh, look at the movement on that. Vicious movement out. It just cuts. That's a much better save from Hannemann than you first think.
Here's Hunt. Gerrard foul.
That'll be a booking.
Yellow card. First one of the contest.
Come up. To my money, can't argue too much. It's a tackle from behind. Hunt does well. Gets a little bit of pace in him. Gets ahead of Gerrard. The tackle that invariably comes in from behind. Going back to the Kuhl situation, I think if Kuhl does come on, maybe the way I look at it, Voronin goes off, Kuhl goes left, Gerrard pops up right. That might be the way Rafa Benitez sees that panning out.
More on that in a moment. First, Liverpool have a free kick to deal with. Can Reading take their opportunity here? Almost the hour mark! They've got the second! Kevin Doyle indicates it maybe just scratched his forehead. Reading are back in front.
It is the perfect free kick. First of all, he got 2 men on the wall. Therefore, Liverpool can't push out and play offside. Now, whether there's anyone gets any contact on this, I don't rightly know. If it is, it's just the end of a hair. But because it's on target, it's going to creep in on the far post. Reina will be disappointed, very disappointed.
Wonderful delivery from Shorey. Just the faintest of touches from Kevin Doyle.
You know, I'm not sure if I buy that from Doyle, but there's no denying where it is.
Oh, I think he got that. I definitely think he got that. Sissoko, chance to face up to Reading here. It's Gerrard against the woodwork. He just rolled it off, and for a moment there I thought the chance might have gone.
I'm just wondering if Sissoko sold him just a tad short here, but he knows exactly how to recalibrate that. It's a whisker away.
Well, Kitson has conceded a free kick here.
The arms are up, it's handball. Now, does he get booked?
Well, there's no card.
Here we go again.
You really must get off the fence, you know. I think inconsistency is going to be your middle name. Risa. Voronin was looking to poach a possible shot there. It's Doyle. It's Convey. There's a break through the middle here. Harper's in. Can he wrap it up? It's Harper, he's around Reina, it's 3, and that may well be Reading's first ever win against Liverpool. It could even be their first ever win against one of the so-called Big Four. Big moment for Reading.
You've talked about Gerrard, you've talked about his importance, the driving runs. Look at this run from Harper. Centre of screen, drives all the way through. Reese has got no real option. As soon as he gets ahead of him, he's got an option. Bring him down, but once he's in the box, Reina can only watch him just skip around him. Fans are off their seats. They know the chance is there. Keeps his head well, Harper. Very, very well. And it's an empty net that greets him.
Well, what a position this is for Reading Football Club. It took them several lifetimes to reach this level, and now this could be their biggest ever result. But Liverpool aren't done yet. Harry Kewell with a shot this time.
He knows that's a whisker away. Good little build-up, little flick, little touch. It's all one-touch passing. Look at that, strikes first time. And Hanneman again watching that slide past his post.
His bubble. Certainly doesn't mean that Rafa Benitez has given up on this one. Babel. Carragher. Kewell. Oh, look who's up forward here! Jamie Carragher almost provided the perfect crossfield pass for Peter Crouch.
And you watch Crouch's movement there towards the bottom of the screen. You can see it. Starts to drift in, then he cuts, then he gets in front of his defender. Little tug on the shirt there. We won't go too far into that.
Carragher looked up, he just couldn't quite pull it back the extra yard or so. Crouch, deflection! Twice they've hit the woodwork now. It is just not going to be Liverpool's day.
Might just be his though. Look at this, not only does it beat him, but when it comes back, straight into his arms. Thank you very much.
Gunnarsson driving on. Challenge from Mascherano, still with the spirit to win it back. Sissoko then joining in. Reading just killing time. That should surely be it. An historic day for both Reading and indeed for Liverpool. For Liverpool-born Steve Coppell, it is Reading's first ever top-flight win against one of the so-called Big Four. Full-time Reading 3, Liverpool 1.
A red-letter day, and Reading went on to pick up 5 more points from their next 3 fixtures. However, they then lost 9 in a row and were eventually consigned to relegation after 2 seasons in the top flight. Liverpool won only 2 of their next 8 league games as their title hopes faded once more, and they eventually finished 4th.